Oh, sorry, it does say we're live, just we're not on that. There might be a 30-second delay.
Welcome again, everybody. So I would like to advise that an audio-visual recording is being made of this meeting. I also remind everyone present to be respectful and considerate towards others attending the meeting. Language or behaviour that could be perceived as offensive, defamatory or threatening to any person attending the meeting or to those listening to the recording will not be tolerated. So I'd like to pay respect to the traditional and original owners of this land, the Marina people, to pay respect to those that have passed before us, and to acknowledge today's Tasmanian Aboriginal community who are custodians of this land. So thank you, everybody. We have apologies from Councillor Reynolds. Do we have otherwise have a full house tonight? Thank you. Do we have any declarations of interest for tonight's meeting agenda? No. So on item 5, recommendation that the minutes of the council meeting held on the 17th of February 2026 be confirmed. Can I move, please? Councillor Nichols and Councillor Reid. All those in favour of the recommendation? Unanimous. Thank you very much. Over the page to the Mayor's report. Recommendation that the Mayor's communication report as listed be received. Can I have a move, please? Deputy Mayor Larkins and Councillor Reid. And open the floor to questions. Councillor Nichols.
Through the Chair, Mayor, could you elaborate on the webinar usability in TAS 2025 liability consensus, please?
Yes, bear with me to get to the right page. And selecting I can't find it. I wish I got the heads up for that one. Hang on. There was lots of information, I can tell you that, you know, relatively short period of time. On the whole, Tasmania and the region is contented. There has been an exodus of migrants who came in prior to COVID. Can't actually find my notes, I'm sorry. Can I get back to you with the full report?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, sorry, I have to get back to you on that one.
That's fine. Thank you.
Next question, please. Try hard to answer. Councillor Reid.
It was, thank you, it was interesting to be at the Tasmania Council's Connect networking event.
Yes.
What did you come away with that from a Sorell perspective? What were the things that stood out?
Well, I was able to engage with some senior executives from Taswater and the board and reiterate the needs of Sorell and the requirements to open up the land on the Sorell East to create that infrastructure that will support the housing that's proposed to go in there. So, and you know, the knock-on effect of, you know, increase the housing stock, stabilise the housing prices, create affordable houses, and also the need to open them for employment as well. So, managed to, you were there, Michael, Council Deputy Mayor Larkins was there as well, so managed to sort of get around the room. As far as an advocate for Sorell, as far as the information was concerned there, the Taswater is sticking to their guns, which is fair enough. They're being honest and open about the requirements of Taswater, the financial requirements to bring everybody up to scratch and supply the infrastructure for the future. The fact that, and the fact I can remember, is that Tasmania has 38% of waste management, wastewater management facilities for 2% of the nation's population, which is rather extreme. So it's disappointing that the regulators and everybody else agrees that the work has to be done, but their Taswater's pricing policy of 8% on 8%. And is unreasonable. They agree with it, but they consider it unreasonable, so cut costs accordingly, which isn't going to take us anywhere in the future.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Deputy Mayor Hopkins.
Thank you, Mayor. You met with Lindsay White about the challenges facing the meat and livestock industry and possible solutions. How is that conversation progressing?
Well, there's lots of ideas around the table. Well, no, the challenges have been put on the table. The fact that livestock has to be carted to the other end of the state, and some have to go to the mainland to be processed so they can come back into the bushes here. We covered water, the restricted market, and the duopoly of the supermarkets that we have in Tasmania, and the lack of private standalone butchers. If you want to create a premium product, then you have to demonstrate that welfare aspect, the environmental impact on the planet, and so the challenges have been identified, and we're looking at possible solutions to support the regional livestock agriculture, and creating I would like to see a regional brand, because the stock that we grow down here is of really good value and really good quality. So that's to be watch this space. Any further questions? No? In which case, can I take the communication report and receive all those in favour? Thank you. Unanimous. There's no supplementary items. Item 8 on the agenda, the workshop report is listed there before you. Item 11, further down the page, the work group reports. Recommendation that the work group reports as listed be received. Now, please. Deputy Mayor Hopkins and Councillor Root. Thank you very much. 11.1 is Office of CEO Robert Higgins, and the others to follow on other pages. So, can I have the floor to conversation and questions, please? Councillor Campbell.
Just in relation to the meeting with Beckwhite and also the meeting or briefing from the Community Valley Council back in
Through the mail, I didn't actually attend that meeting yesterday at Beckwhite. The meeting was a brief media opportunity around a grant that we got for solar generation battery storage for this building. So there was a meeting announcement about that. And Hugh visited here a couple of weeks ago and did a bit of a presentation to a number of councils on how far they've progressed with their AI. It was very interesting and impressive for a small council. So a lot of learnings from us and really beneficial for us to work out how we should best approach. I mean, two versus there, Clarence, Brighton, Canberra, Willoughby's a number of houses present here, so it was really, really interesting how they utilise it.
Sorry.
It's more impressive how they don't in many respects. They use it for strategic matters, they use it for planning, they use it in depot operations, the way in which it's infiltrated is not a word. The way it's been sort of disseminated through the organisation is a lot broader than what I was expecting, and just the way they use it internally as a tool to do work forward. That's probably the thing that impressed me the most. So, because Jules was there, a lot of us had some good stuff this year as well. We were get ourselves organised. Really interesting.
That's already, thank you.
Another question for the CEO. The waste transfer facility discussion, was that today? And how did it go?
Through the mayor, it was a bit of a preparatory talk with some of the participating councils, not all were present, around opportunities with Brighton to look at partnering, having a bit more of a strategic approach to how we might best set up the usage or, if you like, the transfer station. So there was a fair bit discussed, that was confidential, but it was just a very useful discussion to have, given that Brighton obviously aren't part of the joint authority, but are looking to upgrade their existing site of Bridgewater. They just wanted to make an informed decision given the amount of capital that's required to do it, and just getting the scale right and working out their roles. So it was really, really productive, and hopefully as a collective work properly to do it, because there's benefits to certainly us and parents and what's right and get it right. So there's otherwise solutions to sort of facilitate that as the experts in waste management field. So early days.
Any further questions for the group reports?
Could I just,
Councillor
on
Cremins?
the mention, just a question on the mention relocation. Are the Lions Club willing to join them over there now, or are they still talking about the CWA rooms?
I'm sure.
You don't know?
No, it's more there across better than I'm more up to date.
Oh, sorry, geez.
No, that's fine. Through the mayor, the Lions Club will go to the Sorell Memorial. There's been difference of view, I think, amongst the members of the Lions Club about where the preferred location might be, but it's been a long period of time in discussion, and yes, and been agreed.
Decided to go. Thank you.
Any further questions? No? Everyone happy with those work group reports? All those in favour of the recommendation to accept? Unanimous, thank you very much. So we go on to page 10, petition still to be action, still sitting there with the Blue Lagoon draft management report petition. There's been no change to this actual petition, but work has started on the weed removal in the Blue Lagoon Reserve with the support and help from Southern Beaches Land Care, who I think that the partnership is working quite nicely. And the area is very tidy, and when I went out to Blue Lagoon at the weekend, it was absolutely teeming with bird life on the water. So considering the amount of rain we haven't had, really nice to see that there is where we have done the work, there's a significant depth of water, and the water is clear, and the wildlife seems quite happy down there. And there has been no negative comments from the community as far as I'm aware, so that's nice.
Just from a local point of view, through the chair, I think that's gone, the signage that's been put up by the council has gone some way to appease that undercurrent, which is, you know, it's only positive.
Yeah.
So that's great. It's
Yeah.
looking good.
Yes, it'll be a lovely space.
Yeah.
If I may add to that, thank you. I have received, every time I go for a walk around near the lagoon, I have received incredible amount of comment from neighbors, really happy that the work's being done. It's a constant comment around the neighborhood, so
That's
yeah.
nice. Well, credit to the staff that's worked really hard to build these relationships, and thank you to the community for coming on board. So, petitions. No petitions received. Item 14 on the agenda, land use planning. The Mayor advised in accordance with the provisions of Part 2 Regulation 29 of the Local Government Meeting Procedures Regulation 2025, the intention of the council to act as planning authority pursuant to the Land Use Planning and Approvals Act 1993 is to be noted. In accordance with Regulation 29, the council will act as planning authority in respect to those matters appearing under item 14 on this agenda, inclusive of any supplementary items. 14.1 is the Sorell Planning Authority minutes, the recommendation that the minutes of the Sorell Planning Authority SPA meeting of the 10th of March 2026 be noted. Can I have a move, please? Councillor Deputy Larkins. Councillor Jerome, yes. Thank you. All those in favour of that recommendation? Unanimous, thank you very much. Over the page to item 15, which is governance. 15.1, review gifts and benefits policy. Recommendation that the council resolves to endorse the reviewed gifts and benefits policy. Can I have a move, please? Deputy Mayor Larkins and Councillor Reid to second. Thank you very much. And the report is there before us. An explanation along the background, it just adds to the transparency of councillors and council. So are there any questions or comments on this report? No? All happy? Okay. All those in favour of this recommendation? Unanimous. Thank you very much. We are then moving across to page 26, item 18. 18.1, Executive Summary Financial Report. Recommendation that the Executive Summary Financial Report February 2026 year to date be received and notified Council. Councillor Nichols and Deputy Mayor Larkins, thank you. I would just like to mention, before we open the floor, that there is a little typo on item 17, number 17 on this list, cash and investments. We are not $676 million less than the balance at the same time last year. Just a little typo.
Thank you, Mayor, for your eye review. I suspect we are maybe wise to support at the start.
So are there any, can I open the floor to questions to the GM?
Renee, thank you. Actually, I think the cash reserves are listed as usual. The interest of $490,000, is that Is that more than expected? Is that, how are we tracking with that? Was it a bit of a windfall game?
I couldn't tell you how, without checking what was budgeted for that provision. It is a bit of a windfall. So, we've certainly, in our long-term financial plan, we have allocated in 4 years for new upgrade projects, utilising this as balances for projects. So, at this point in time, that's where it's sitting, but through the course of the next 5 or so years, it certainly gets utilised.
Any further questions?
I just want to comment on the rates that have been paid up until February, which is a little bit more than last year. And with the staff maintaining their standard rates, debtor follow-up. Can I ask, how can I phrase this? Do they have to hound a lot of people? Can I put it that way?
Through the mayor, my office is located such that I can often hear the phone calls. I would say we don't need to hound people, and I would say that based on the tone, the vast majority of people realise they may owe us rates and should probably facilitate that. But I need to talk to the staff with actual numbers, but they do run a very tight ship and are quite proactive around managing it so that the ratepayer doesn't get the situation where it becomes unmanageable for them. So it's pretty good the way they go about it. Quite reasonable and measured, so I can hear that conversation as well.
Thank you. That was just interesting.
Any more questions? All those in favour of the recommendation such as before? Unanimous, thank you very much. I will just note that Councillor Campbell has just left the room for a moment. On to 18.2, capital budget adjustments. Recommendation that council resolve pursuant to section 82 of the Local Government Act 1993 to accept and adopt the below adjustments to the 2025-2026 capital budget estimates. And I have Deputy Mayor Larkins and Councillor Reid second. Any technical? You all happy? Yep. Okay, I'll put that recommendation to the vote then. All those in favour of this recommendation unanimous, thank you very much. Now on to item 18.3. Sorell Memorial Hall Green Room hire rates. Recommendation that council resolves to endorse the proposed green room hire rates for the Sorell Memorial Hall as outlined in this report. Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Nichols and Deputy Mayor Larkins to second. Thank you. Any questions, conversations on this matter? The green room being a new facility and quite extensive and much better fitted, much more facilities than the original green rooms, which were just rooms off the stage. So now we have showers and toilets and changing rooms and lights and mirrors and carpets, and you can fit up to probably 40 people in there. So it's quite a nice facility, and we'd like to maintain it as such. So
Only a comment. Just the rates are very reasonable, especially for a day rate for a facility like that. So seems quite fair and reasonable, which is great to see.
Councillor Reid.
Just a question about how the rates compare with similar facilities? Was it possible to get some gauge of that, or how did we settle on? I know it's described in this, I can't find it. Basically, the rationale used to settle on the rate.
Through the meeting, I haven't discussed this with Scott as to actually what the comparison was with other facilities or not. Yeah, I'll have to take that on notice. Sorry, council, I don't know the answer to that. I suspect as well he would have liaised with Joe Cooper as well as to doing some research on, I suspect, other some similar facilities, but I need to verify that.
Comment if I may. It appears to me that the hiring of a green room does couple with the hiring of a hall to produce something, and so those rates coupling together create a more overall, seemingly reasonable commercialised rate, from what I can understand.
I might have to make a submission, and I'm not sure whether it's an interest, but I've just been made patron of Sorell on stage, so should I declare that an interest, because they are one of the main users?
I think in the circumstances, it's a pretty long bow to draw to say there's an interest when you're sort of acting as counsel in that
I
situation.
haven't made any comments.
No, I was going to say you haven't taken part in any discussion, and if it makes you feel comfier, then you still have a quorum if you choose not to vote on it. So, anything further? No, all happy? So everyone happy with the recommendation that the council resolved to endorse the proposed green room high rates? All those in favour? Unanimous, thank you very much. That takes us very smoothly and very promptly to questions from the public. Don't we like the new streamlined agenda? It still has all the information in it we require.
Thank you, we don't need to know. I read in your council workshop report that Broom Creek approached you for additional ongoing funds. Could you enlarge on that a bit? I would have thought that this organisation was very financial and didn't really need assistance.
To take the Broom Creek show is like any other organisation. Really, it has its challenges, particularly around insurance and liability, and providing the facilities that the sort of toilets and traffic management, and those are auxiliary services that they struggle with. It is a significant event in our community, and like some other events we partner with. It draws a lot of people to the area, and we do exhibit the local produce there, so it's a benefit to the region. And there is an arrangement with Broom Creek over the hall, the insurance of the hall.
Yeah, the buildings are on our insurance, just by virtue of the arrangements before when the site was transferred from one party to the other. So there are certainly is a reportable interest. Yeah.
So this arrangement is to establish a proper agreement, a proper arrangement, a formal arrangement with the Show Society, bearing in mind going forward they wish to maintain the integrity of Broom Creek Show in the style that it is at the moment, and that requires extra what's the word completely extra facilities, like enhancing the fence around the arena if they wish to have the brine fish and the cattle back. So it's infrastructure. they've got to enhance their infrastructure. So in which case they need support, and they need to put some money in the bank as well. So it's a mutual agreement for mutual benefit.
So they get a lot more financial assistance from the council than any other community group
No.
in the municipality?
No, it's proportionate, and there are other organisations, like I say, that we have established partnership with. The arts exhibition for one, carols, Christmas carols. So it's a formalised partnership.
Usual question two, have you heard from the government as to when the upgrades to the causeway is going to commence?
No, not a thing. It is still on the government's budget sheet, but it looks like it's been pushed forward to 2029 on the budget sheet. Forward.
And for commencement?
I don't know about for commencement, but it's on the 2029 budget line. We didn't get anything out of the infrastructure minister when he came to visit. There has been some repairs to the barriers.
That only occurred, can I say, I heard the comments on the ABC, and the government only stepped in because I think it was looking pretty bad for them, and it had been like it for the last 12, 18 months.
There had been a bit of remediation work, but the high winds and storms had undermined what they'd done. So hopefully they'll do a proper job this time, and well done for Leon for.
And the wind situation on the causeway is pretty disgusting too. Tourists must look at that and think. And unfortunately, most tourists wouldn't know that it's the government and not the Sorell Council that's responsible. So it's not providing a good look for the council. I think the council should be mindful of that and maybe speak to them about it.
Well, we do speak to state roads all the time, and Robert is always making phone calls asking for a clean-up, and nobody can control the wind.
Thank you.
Maybe guess what I want to talk about. Just want to know what's happening with the property in front of me. We found out who owns it officially, and what's happening with the height of the trees. As you can see, the nice brilliant painting at the back there, it's kind of a hole. But the trees do definitely tower over my two-storey house, and branches do drop on my house from time to time, which is a bit annoying and scary. And there I am, my cat is no difference.
So I was copied into an email to you a month, 6 weeks ago, I think, that is the latest update. So the value word general is now on the case. And
Yes, had an update on that. I spoke with Jo and Cooper, and she had something there, but I didn't get a copy of it.
Okay, well, I was copied into an email to you, so I will follow that up with the resend.
Yeah, so through you, we have a meeting for next Wednesday with Up Trustee Ground Law. So sorry?
Can I come?
No.
Why not?
Because you're not invited.
Can I invite myself? Can I do a meeting raffle?
Well, you can't do that.
She invites herself to places she's not wanted. So can I do the same? I'll dress appropriately.
What time does that meeting was?
Yeah, what time did you say the meeting was and where?
I don't have any information from you.
These are very guarded conversations that happen. So,
And Robert,
but we will report back. We will report back to you.
It's taking a hell of a long
I
time.
know.
I mean, it's not days, it's years.
I know, well, there's something that the process didn't happen properly, or the process of probate hasn't happened at all. There's something going on.
In 2018.
Well, I didn't organise the probate. I don't know who did. I'm sorry, I don't know where that sits. We don't know who the executor was or anything, so unfortunately, it's a waiting game.
So I shall make an effective rest of the just like it's not rest.
I suggest you just wait and breathe. Thank you.
want us to go now?
Well, we will be moving to closed meeting, so we can't,
Secret school business. Well, thank you for having us ever so briefly.
thank you very much. The Chief Executive Officer advised that in listening to agenda item 24.1, 24.2, 24.3 and 24.4, as prescribed items in accordance with regulations 17 and 14. You all right? Regulations 17 and 14 of the Local Government Meeting Procedures Regulations 2025, and therefore Council may by absolute majority determine to close the meeting to the general public. The recommendation that the meeting be closed to the public to enable Council to consider agenda items 24.1 to 24.4, which are confidential matters as prescribed in Regulations 14 and 17 of the Local Government Meeting Procedures Regulations 2025. And I move with Deputy Mayor Larkins and Councillor Nichols. All those in favour of that recommendation?